You need proof that I'm handicapped? Here, hold my prosthetic leg.
OKOP. This is OKOP. I'm Samuel Donner.
And I'm John Frye.
And we tell the funniest stories on the internet.
Yeah, we do. And speaking of funny stories, Sam, do you have any memorable times where you might have unintentionally put your foot in your mouth, as the saying goes?
We were speaking in Nashville, and we were at this fancy dinner with Mark Cuban. And there was this other guy there that was also like a podcaster, and he was kind of sucking up to Mark Cuban. And so I kind of like, in a nice-ish way, called him out on it. And now I feel like I've made a lifelong enemy, and I don't think he'll ever forgive me. And I said, like, you're kind of sucking up to Mark Cuban, and he is like, what? And then he asked like another person who was listening, like, do you think I'm sucking up to Mark Cuban? Like, what do you say to that? Like, you say no. You're like, I don't want any part of this. And it's because he asked me, like, hey, like, what do you think of me as a person?
Right.
And I'm like, you kind of suck up to Mark Cuban.
Well, okay. Well, that's actually. I mean, he did ask you.
He did ask me, but you don't like, if you don't know someone really well, you don't like criticize them.
Yeah.
That is what I've learned. If John was sucking up to Mark Cuban, I would say, hey, John, you're sucking up to Mark Cuban, because there's a layer of trust and love in a relationship where he knows the criticism is coming from a place of wanting him to be better and the best version of himself.
Yeah.
But this freaking guy, doesn't know some podunk kid from nowhere is trying to help him. I don't know.
Podunk. Hold on. OKOP fam. Have we not gotten 400,000, an army of 400,000 in 5 months?
Back then, we did not have that. This was
that is
a long time ago, a year ago, before we had the OKOP army.
Many stamps. We have the Finding Founder credits. We have the Wondery credits. Like, guys, the resume is long and thick.
I appreciate you. But that was a time that I put my foot in my mouth. And according to how to win friends and influence people, I should not have done that.
Well, today, Sam, I think we have a story that might make you feel a little bit better, at least maybe not as alone. It is a story of someone, as you'll see, very ironically putting their foot in their mouth. You need proof that I'm handicapped? Here, hold my prosthetic leg.
It sounds like they gave an arm and a leg to make it happen.
I, 21 female, was in a very bad car accident about 3 years ago. A drunk driver ran a stoplight, cut off a semi-truck, which then crashed into me, sending me crashing into 2 different cars, then ultimately into an embankment.
Sounds like a terrible accident.
Absolutely insane. My car was mangled and my leg was crushed, completely destroyed, and it had to be amputated. I also lost a couple of fingers, the tip of one and all of the other. I'm also left with some gnarly scars that used to bother me, but I'm learning to deal with them.
Journey to get over that when you're disfigured like that.
I got a couple different insurance payouts and some pain and suffering money in addition to all the medical bills being paid. And with that money, I purchased a custom-made leg, take place of the one I lost.
Pretty great. Like, I imagine like you could go super custom, like forget custom Jordans. Let's do some custom legs.
Now, I still limp, but some days I don't have as pronounced a limp. Earlier today, I went to the store with my boyfriend, my sister, her girlfriend, and our mother. I drove. I had to learn to drive with my left foot, but now I'm actually really good at it. I also bought a new car with my money and had to go through a ton of therapy to get past the PTSD, but I'm also doing well there now too.
Great. I mean, it sounds like everything's working out for OP in spite of this horrific injury.
She's making like significant bounds in strides, it seems. So I drove us, and because of my injuries, in addition to my leg, I also have chronic hip, neck, and back pain, and some issues with my lungs from the time I spent incubated in a medically induced coma that led to pneumonia. Because of all that, I have a handicap placard for my car. I have trouble walking without getting tired, so it really helps to park close to the door, which literally makes the most sense.
Handicapped spots are close to the doors.
Today I did that and unknowingly took the space from someone who was circling back around for it. Apparently, the man had been looking for a close space and had missed the one I took, went down and around. He was still on the other aisle when I pulled in, so it's not like I cut him off or anything. I had no way of knowing that he wanted to spot.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. So he parked in the yellow stripe zone and got out and immediately began confronting me about stealing the space from someone who actually needed it.
I just really wish this person listened to OP's whole story before being like, you don't deserve this spot right here.
Very painful. He said, how I'm some kid who has got no respect for those who are truly sick and suffering. He then ordered me to move. Ordered. My group was urging me to just walk away, but this has happened before, and once the police were even called. What is wrong with people? I am sick of people thinking that it's okay just because I'm young, that I don't have a legit need for just a little bit more consideration. I said, okay, and went to the car and got in like I was going to drive off. So I was wearing a skirt and leggings, so it wasn't quite obvious when I sat down, but I took my prosthetic leg off and handed it to the man, including the stump.
Here are the receipts. Look at my disability.
The truest receipt of them all. I then asked him if it was okay that I still parked there. He walked away calling me disgusting and rude and said, I could have just told him and not made him look stupid.
Bro, you're making yourself look stupid.
My group was embarrassed and said that I made things awkward because there was a crowd. Am I the a-hole?
No, OP, you're not the a-hole. You literally don't have a leg, and this guy's going up to you like, you shouldn't be in the handicap spot. It's like, bruh.
Here's my leg.
Here's my leg. Here's the proof in the pudding that I can park in this spot.
All the things that you can like throw down as a receipt, like that is the ultimate, like, you are wrong. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if there's any other better way to like show someone like you're an idiot.
Yeah, I think throwing down legs is definitely one way. But we'd love to hear from you. And also, I mean, it's one thing to comment, but if you want to chat us up, join our Discord by joining our Patreon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we just launched it and it's been really, really awesome. Actually, people have been like awarding gifts to like get more perks to our Discord.
Yeah,
which
so
has been
thank
awesome.
you so much for that. But yeah, if you want to talk to us, talk to other people, join our Patreon. We got a free Discord in there if you join our Patreon. And join the ranks of other Patreon members. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, follow us on TikTok and Spotify. And then, if you want to be a real one, support us on Patreon.
Oh, yes. Join Cassie, Xenophorius, Devine, Muhammad, Amanda, Will, Connor, Desiree, Keegan, and the OG Kathy Quigley.
See you soon.